Okay. Hi, Tony.
Hello.
Can you tell us a bit about yourself?
I'm the director of the New Brunswick Filmmakers Cooperative. I've been here working since 1986. I'm from St. John originally. I took business at university and then sort of backed into film as a career, and have been really happy doing it ever since. The film co-op?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the film co-op was started back in 1979 by a group of filmmakers from the province who discovered that there were film co-ops in other provinces that were basically organizations that supported independent filmmakers by providing an equipment pool that everyone could access, and as well offered some training workshops and a place, I guess, a community, a place for people to meet like-minded individuals. So they put in a proposal to start one here, and they got all the paperwork in, got incorporated, and there was probably about, I don't know, 10 or 15 people that were involved initially with the group. It went for about 2 or 3 years, and a lot of the founding members left to pursue other things, and then a new wave of people came in, and I was involved, I guess, with the second wave that came in back in 1983. So the co-op, over time, it's sort of evolved in terms of its purpose. It still does a lot of the core activities that it did initially, but the equipment became not the most significant reason why people joined the co-op. Originally it was because they could access 60mm gear to shoot their films, and it saved them money being able to either rent or get free equipment as opposed to spending thousands of dollars on gear they'd use for a couple of weeks a year. But now with the new digital tools, which are more affordable for filmmakers to buy themselves, it's more about the community and about the training and providing, I guess, networking for people so they can meet people to help them on their projects, so they can work on other people's projects and basically share. Yeah, well, I think from the early days, when I joined, there was about 15 members that were part of the co-op, and today there's over 200. So definitely the numbers involved have grown a lot.
Wow.
But also the members from outside the Fredericton area has grown as well. So we have a fair number of members in St. John and Moncton, but also in smaller communities outside of major centres that are part of the co-op, and they don't necessarily have the ability to access the equipment on a regular basis, but they belong to an organization that sort of links them to other people, and through the e-news, they can attend workshops that we put on in 3 cities now. They can also find other members who might work on their production. So let's say they were based in, trying to think, someplace like Minto, and they wanted to make a film. They could find people in Fredericton who live nearby that they could work on a film with. Mm-hmm. And I think sometimes using your family and your friends as your cast and your crew, they may not necessarily have their heart in it. They may do it once for you, but that'll sort of wear thin if you come back with new and more ambitious projects. So I think finding people that have a genuine interest in working in film, finding that community, can help you to realize your goals in the long term. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it started out just trying to survive from year to year, and then as it grew, a lot of productions would happen here in Fredericton because this is where the equipment was, this is where the office was, and over time we've discovered that more productions are happening in other locations, and sometimes even filmmakers from here will go to other locations to film because they have access to possibly a store or some other people or something that makes those locations better for their project. Now we're finding that we're looking beyond Fredericton at developing communities. So there's a core group of people in St. John who work together on projects. There's a core group in Moncton that work on projects there. And they're looking to try to find more people within their community who are interested in acting and crewing films. So there's a constant development phase in those communities. And we see that's the future growth for the co-op support, would be trying to build communities around the province rather than having a centralized base where everything happens. Basically democratize and decentralize the filmmaking process wherever people exist. So I think that's what we're looking at. And also diversity in voices. Like, we want to support filmmakers that come from different cultural backgrounds. That's been something at the festival. We tried to screen films from different backgrounds, Aboriginal, multicultural, and trying to get people that have maybe they come from a different background. They may not see themselves as being part of that process or art form, but we wanted to create that welcoming atmosphere and get people here that will make films that eventually will draw more people in from the communities, because we realize there's lots of stories to be told in the province from different voices, and the more we can spread it out both on a regional as well as different backgrounds of people, the better we see it in the future.
And do you already notice that that there are more people from different backgrounds participating?
There are definitely more people than there were when the co-op started out. I think one of the things we always wanted to see more female filmmakers, because sometimes there was more men directing films and making films, and I think we're seeing more of that. I think the co-op has basically tried to promote more women. Having a person work here who's a woman and she deals directly with the members, I think that's helped to bring more women into the co-op to be involved in directing. I think as well the women directors who are doing things now are serving as role models and doing mentoring for up-and-coming women who are looking at directing. So, and also the 48-hour film competition, another event that the co-op's involved with through UNB, is there was a time when we weren't getting a lot of women as directors there, and basically Rob Gray, one of the organizers, put the challenge down. We want to see more women directors. So sometimes just throwing that out, you notice that things aren't the way they should be or could be, and just putting the challenge out. We don't want a man to win for best female actor. That's embarrassing. So let's get more roles for women. Let's get more women, behind the camera, directing and stuff like that. The old Media 100 days.
All film joints in all the towns in all the world, you had to walk into mine.
Play it some.
They're looking at you, kid.